Good morning, welcome back to Windsor Meeting Brewery, to the next stage of our Mandarin Christmas Ale brew. Today we're going to be racking. For those of you that were with us and been keeping up to date across social media on the Mandarin brew so far, when you last joined us we transferred the brew into the fermenting vessel. On Monday we dry hopped, which adds more aroma to the brew, and then also every day we've been cropping. We've got James with us today just round the corner, and if you follow me around, he's actually doing some cropping now, so we'll see that happening right now. So James, so you see here James is just about to take some yeast and crop some yeast off of the vessel, and we've got Mandarin in this here, we've got about 5,000 pints sitting in it. James, why are we doing this?
So basically we take off any yeast just to make sure that the yeast doesn't ruin any of the flavour, so the dead yeast can latch on and really ruin our flavour. So if you come a bit closer, it's just the dead yeast coming off, and eventually it will turn back into beer, and that's when we want to stop. So there we go, that's beer again.
Fantastic.
So that's all the bad stuff gone from our vessel.
And we do that every day, don't we?
We do that every day, and also about every 12 classes we're racking. So as the level comes down in the FV, the yeast will get dragged to the bottom. So we're just making sure we get rid of it, none of it goes in the cask, and none of it affects the flavour of our beer. What do we do with the yeast once we finish with it? You pour it into
that's a great point,
and
it goes into...
So what we'll do is, I'll tip this yeast in here, in there like that. These containers will then get put with our spent hops and our grist, and our malts and everything, and that will then go to...
Fantastic. So let's just turn on back around if you don't mind, Andrew, and we'll go back to the racking platform. Say hi, Alex. Hi. So we're back on the racking platform now, and James, we've connected up the hose to the vessel that we were just at, and now we're filling up our casks full of Mandarin. James, roughly how long would it take you to rack up our vessels here?
So this is a single vessel rack that we're doing today. So, I mean, we've got 5 double fermenters and the rest are single. So, this is probably about 60 to 65 firkins. It will take us around about 3 hours, 3.5 hours from start, setting it up, down to emptying it, stripping down the vessel to being completely empty. So, it's not a quick process. You get it, especially if you're doing a double rack by yourself. It's not easy.
And as we said, 5,000 pints in one of those vessels. So you can imagine, as James said, when we do a double rack, and we've got a double brew of Mandarin in, which we did last Friday. So early next week we'll be racking a double brew of Mandarin as well. That's going to be 10,000 pints being filled into casks and other containers on that day. So it'll take a little bit of time. Okay, James. So we're racking in. Obviously, we've got the hose here that release the beer into the casks.
So this one's nearly full.
Okay, so what do we do with it? Is it just as simple as putting the beer in?
Yeah. So what we do, I'll start with the next one. So we'll start filling our cask. This is a firkin, by the way, just for all you not in the know. So we'll start filling our cask, we'll let it fill a little bit, and then what we'll do is we'll add our isinglass, which is our finings. Now, so what this will do, and it obviously, to explain the background, we will treat our beer in the vessel with auxiliary findings which grab the proteins together, and then that works really well with the isinglass. So we make sure we put an even dose of isinglass in every cask to make sure it works with the findings to get the yeast and the protein settling at the bottom of our cask. So that's why when you order bright beer, we have to put it on a stillage for 24 hours to make sure all that yeast drops to the bottom, and you get nice clear beer, good to go straight out of the tap. So we're going to add this in now like that. Make sure it mixes in well, and when we fill, you'll notice that there will be a lot of beer pouring out the top. So what that is, we make sure we overfill casks, so there's as little oxygen as possible that's in the cask, helps the beer stay fresher for longer. If there was oxygen, we go, look. So this is now overfilling. We'll close that off. And then that overruns nicely. You see there's hardly any bubbles. The bubbles that are there will get knocked out by the chive when we seal that up. so our beers stay fresher for longer. That's why we overfill.
Bring one in.
Yeah, so what we're going to do, just put our chives in. Literally.
So these casks now are airtight, and that beer will keep now. We give it about a 3-month shelf life from when we rack it, and that's how long the beer will be good for in the Firkins. That's the most work I've done all week. So as you can see now, once we fill the casks, we will fill other containers as well, but once we fill the casks, we palletise them. And you see we've got one on the go already here. And then these will be palletised and put into our cold room storage. It's from there where the drivers pick the beer ready to go out onto the deliveries. You see now we just stuck a label on here as well, just to let us know what the beer is, the dial number, which is the number of times we've brewed, and obviously the ABV. And then we've got to scan it in, there we go. So you'll see 2 labels on the cask here. The first one is the cask ID, that tells us the cask number, and the second one is what we call our journey label, the blue label here. So that enables us to track the cask to when it goes out to pubs. So we know where the cask is and we know when it comes back. So that's the reason why we do that. Obviously Firkins is the most popular container that we put our beer into. It's 72 pints in one of these, and as I say, that's the most common one that goes out. We do, sorry buddy. We do other sizes, of course. We've got Kildikins, which are double the size, 144 pints go into one of these. They weigh about 100 kilograms once they're filled up with beer. We've got the half size pins, they hold 36 pints, so literally it's just half the size of a Firkin.
And quadruple the size of a pin.
Exactly, so, yeah. So this obviously goes out to smaller venues such as sports clubs, but also through retail through our brewery shop.
And also we've got the mini cask, don't forget.
We've got the mini cask as well, our lovely Christmas themed mini casks. And Mandarin being our Christmas ale. Again, we have another vessel over the back, I think, and that's again filled with Mandarin, and that brew, that whole brew will be specifically to fill up these mini casks which people can buy from the shop. You get 9 pints
available now
in one of these. Available from the
no
first.
plug intended.
Available from the first, James. Okay, so you can see James carry on with the rack there, and he's got another couple of hours to go on that, James, yeah?
Unfortunately so.
Unfortunately so. Well, that's it. If you follow me over here though.
Never at all.
One thing we do as well from the rack is we need to do a sample. So we need to do a racking sample. So if you see here, we've got a label of Firkin Mandarin, quite different from the one you just saw ago. So MA is our code for Mandarin, 1553, that's our dial number. So the brew we did live last Thursday was the 1553rd brew that we do. SR stands for sample room, and SRA stands for sample room approved. So what we'll do now with this cask is we will let it sit in the sample room here for a couple of days, and then on Sunday Kieran's going to be popping in and he's going to give it a bit of a roll around. He's going to stick it up in one of our stillages, and he's going to leave that for 24 hours, and then on Monday morning we'll come in, we will tap that cask and we will sample it. And the reason why we leave it and then roll it and then rack it is we're trying to replicate how the beer would move on a delivery. So of course the pallet that we just saw that we're loading up there will go and sit now in the cold room, hopefully for not too long if everybody orders the beer. But obviously once it's been sat there, the finings and the isinglass that James was talking about will drop all the way down to the bottom of the Firkin. So all this beer will then be bright if you were serving it in an upright position. Obviously once the driver moves it and rolls it, puts it on the van, we travel to wherever we're going to, and we roll it off the van and drop it down into a cellar, obviously that's all going to be mixed up again. So it's going to have to settle once again. And our promise to our outlets is that your beer will be settled within 24 hours, ready to serve. So like I say, it'll sit here now for today and tomorrow. Sunday, someone will be in to check their fee actions and things like that. They'll give this a quick roll around, they will rack it, and then come Monday morning, Kieran will be in. We'll go live on Facebook for that again as well, for the sample reviews. Once the beer's been approved, we can then send it out for deliveries into the pubs and so on. And also we'll be able to pour it through our brewery tap as well. So December 1st, Mandarin is coming, and we're really looking forward to that. Thanks everybody for joining us again. Please do get in touch with comments and across social media. We'll keep you updated on how we're doing. Facebook, on Twitter at Windsor Eaton Brew, Instagram at Windsor Eaton Brewery. We look forward to seeing you Monday. Have a great weekend. Cheers.